Hello guys, hope everybody is doing good. This is an episode of recap of September 8th, daily trades and teachings. So guys, another successful day in the community. I will show you our timestamp trades. Today we had few setups which were and that's what every episode I want to make sure you guys are learning the setups, right? That things are not that complex. You have to work through your setups, your 4 pillars of tradings. What is your setup? What is your system? So today we had a good trade on Apple. Everybody was green. So we were basically done in first 1 hour, right? Most of the community was green. I even shared this idea on Twitter with the first idea of Apple. You see, by 10:30 70% of the community was green, right? Because we know it's not because they're buying my alert, so that's fine. I'm sharing things, everybody else smart traders are sharing what they are trading, but the point is most of us in our community are not understanding how to play these day trade setups daily consistently, right? The people have started to become consistent. There's the comments I get from people, it's so encouraging. So as usual, guys, we had our list. We do everything structured way. I provide all the information in the morning, pre-market movers and the news, more pre-market movers and the news, RH, DocuSign, Smartsheet. These were the top ones, right? More news, Apple, DocuSign, Restoration Hardware, Adobe, GameStop. So these were all the news. We went through the news. I go through each news, and based upon the news and then upon the technicals, I make a strategy and I make my bias and I share with everyone. See, this is what we are going to do, right? So right out of the gate, Win was bullish bias on Tesla, and we really nailed it right out of the gate. So anyways, so you see this, what was Apple doing? Apple was a gap setup. I open my book. What do I see? I find a gap long setup on 1 hour chart. It already tested once. Maybe it breaks out this time and we long, right? So that's what happened, right? And I can show you. Let's see. I can show you. The reason I want to show you is because it's not like after the fact the things, because it's, and you can find it too, right? So I even posted on Twitter right here, testing the gap, key level 17.8, 178.50, and guess what happened? All right, $1.50 move. And the calls went crazy, and we were all green on the calls on the Apple in the morning. Apple and Nvidia both were gap testing. Nvidia kind of, if you didn't take the profit, that gap trade kind of worked, but later it came down. But as always, my rule is to take the first profit at 10 a.m. So Apple took the 178, took some long 178 stops and into the gap, and you see this, all the timestamps here. So anyways, so that was the first big win for everyone right out of the gate. Apple setup. What was the setup? Up into the gap. You can see right here, 178.50 gone into 180, $1.50 on the shares. Options moved 50-60%, and that was it, right? So risk, even on the share side, it was one risk to 2.2 reward trade, right? So that's how you make consistent trades. So anyways, so Nvidia was in the gap as well, right, in the morning. But Nvidia was, if I look at the let me move this a little bit here. If I look at let's see, if I look at 5 minutes, or let's look at 2 minutes, right? So if you want to see about the morning trades, right? So Nvidia did push into the gap from 461 to 465.6, and then it faded back, right? So the target was a little higher, full gap into 466.50 was my target, but it kind of gave back before it. So Nvidia, after that, we noticed we even shorted Nvidia, which I will show you later, because once it broke the trend, I don't want to buy. That's the thing, right? I don't want to buy when the trend is bearish. I want to buy when the trend is bullish. When my system is saying it's bullish, I buy it. When my system is saying it's bearish, then I don't buy it, right? So that is the key, and and people have started to see it. I get a lot of feedback from a lot of you who watch my YouTube videos and all, that they are sticking with the trend. They are not getting bagged trying to buy bearish trend, trying to predict the bottom, right? So yeah, that was Apple trade, Nvidia scalp, and these were my levels. Take a screenshot. BA was the big example of the levels working. The support was 215.70 to 14.80 under the EMA clouds. What is this? My second concept that I share every day. Yesterday's lows and highs. This was yesterday's lows. Yesterday's lows break under the EMA cloud. It's a short. Hold your short. And I'm very proud of the traders. They traded it. It's not my trade. That was not my trade, but that was my guidance, my levels, but traded by the traders who know the setup, who learned the setups. And I was very happy that they are executing your clear risk to clear reward, right? $1 risk to look at the reward, $4 reward, right? So that's how you do it. So anyways, take a screenshot of these levels, go home, see how they worked out. Most of the levels panned out. That's why the levels are to give you the direction of the pivots. Combine the levels with the EMA clouds and you will be able to find your trade and setups, right? It's setups, repeatable. All my videos you see, every day I repeat, every day I wake up, I have this challenge. Can I find a good setup today? Right? Of course, sometimes we have losses, right? We had a small loss today, not a big one, but then we had many winners. So that's why you need to keep moving. Take this loss, keep moving, find your setups, hit them, repeat, rinse, repeat. That's how you gain consistency. So anyways, we had our plan. We had a plan for Doku. Before the market, I had a bearish to neutral bias on the Doku. And rules are always clear, right? Pre-market lows, EMA cloud for direction, and the resistance levels from the previous candles. So Doku, actually, I was busy with other trades at open, so I missed a good entry on Doku. But that's what Doku did. 53, 52 key levels, pushed into 53, failed, broke the pre-market lows, and faded back nicely all day. So what did I say? Then I said if breaks 50, will fade, more bearish bias, will short all the pops. I missed the initial flush. I missed this flush because I was busy in the other trade, but I know many of the traders executed it, and it was 9:36. If we want to look at the 5 minutes, right, 9:36, it was right here. When I saw it after the first candle, I knew it's going much lower, and even from there it gave us from 51 to 49. That was a $2 fade even after the chase, because I know my risk was there. I could risk $1 and make $2. And as you see, the target was 49. That started to hold 49, covered here. That last piece, when it curled back over EMA clouds, I covered it. And this was a B minus setup on the reversal. Always low probability against the trend. Some traders did trade the reversal. I was proud of that, but they did realize. So what did I say? Right? So I said Doku is basing and curling, shorts should be covering right here. And they longed it, but they understood it's a B minus setup. That's why you don't go good big size. But the traders in the community made that another trade, nice trade, $1 reversal, risking here when I covered my shorts and you go long. So this is what we do, guys. That's how you do. That's how you trade. A plus setup on the short, then B minus setup on the reversal. Buy the system, no gut feelings, no blind trading, no blind alerts. And that's how our community is 70% greens. That's how my followers from the years who understand my teachings are doing good. So just wanted to point that out. So again, EMA clouds today was nice day on EMA clouds all over. And let's go and now look at the mega trade of the day. Before I go to that trade, let me just so you already saw the Apple trade, so let me just go to the okay, I was long on QQQ here. Let's see. So let me find it. Okay, so Kroger was bearish bias before the market if it stays under the cloud, but later it pushed over the EMA clouds. I didn't take any trade on Kroger, but it was very strong as I mentioned, and I'm sure many traders took that trade. So let's see. Okay, what was Taranjit saying? Okay, so anyways, so let's see. So what I was looking for you guys is to show you okay, 1 second here. Yeah, so SPY and QQQ long scalps right at open. Why? Because it was over EMA clouds. It's breaking out of this pre-market level right here. That's why, and that was another nice win into 10 a.m. If you see SPY QQ bullish long scalps. Okay, and the Tesla was long idea from win. That really was really good for everyone in the morning on the first push there. So we already talked about Doku, nice win there. I'll come to RH, our mega winner today. The options went just bonkers, 500% there. So Tesla, I talked about this resistance. That's where Tesla faded. So it was a level from yesterday over the EMA clouds after 10 a.m. So most of money was made in first half an hour, 1 hour. So anyways, I was locking my QQQ calls. Everybody was green on those. Was locking my Apple into 10 a.m. Doku short was working. Right, AMD was what this was the setup on AMD, guys. Nice tight pattern on 1 hour, push into the gap. Nice trade on there. Not my personal trade, but I was happy with the guidance and happy how everybody was trading it, because we were focusing on AMD. Nvidia was much heavy, as I noted in my discussions after the fail, and that's how we shorted Nvidia. Let me show you. So yeah, AMD was there. Let's see Nvidia. So here you go. Here you can see, right? So Nvidia some weakness. That was again Win's idea, and then Ivan posted this breakdown on Twitter when it was breaking this pre-market lows. Again, simple concept. From pre-market lows, the next target was the yesterday's lows. Another nice short scalp for everyone in the community and even on Twitter for my followers, and that was Nvidia. Nice midday trade on Nvidia. And Jay was good, he talked about those puts on Nvidia, and so because we track a lot of this option flow as well on large caps, so that helps us understand. Jay is our one of the flow experts. He tells us if the options are being sold or options are being bought, and how much they are being bought or sold, and then it helps us to have some conviction with our technical setups. So okay, so let's see. So Airbnb was strong today, was this daily breakout. Here is the daily breakout on Airbnb. That's why I mentioned it. Watch the long pullbacks in the morning. Right at open, I mentioned it, and it went almost $2.50 because I saw this daily breakout. Right? Watch the long pullbacks. 931, nice push. What was the reason? This daily breakout. So I try to explain. So that was a good idea. Very nice. There, people executed. There was one trade which was kind of small scratch loss to didn't do much. That was Smartsheet. So I longed Smartsheet right at open, even though it was the high risk was high because there was no pre-market consolidation. You do not see any consolidation here, and I knew that it could pull back to 3450 EMA cloud. So I added some at open, just a small size. I knew my risk is 44 $2. So I thought if I risk $2, I can easily push to make $2, right? So I was not going crazy size here, right? I was just tiny. You see what I say, 932, tiny. And then I held it, and then it dipped back. I added a little more on this there, then I was risking 3450 MA. It pushed, it pushed $1. I could have taken some profit there, but I was like, distracted. And then it finally came back, and then under my average I just took a tiny loss on like 30 cents per share, and then I was out. So Smartsheet was a loss because it was not a good entry, but we managed the loss. We kept the small tiny position. We were winning big on so many other plays. So anyways, so that was the one that didn't go our way today, Smartsheet. So now I have talked about all our winning trades. Now our mega trade, RH, guys, RH was our mega trade today. Look at it, right? So here, go ahead, see all my commentary on RH. So RH, okay, we can see here, right? So RH, if you guys can see, I was bearish bias on the pops to hit the short, bearish bias on the pop to hit the shorts, and 332.80 pivot to the downside, right? So plan was to hit the pops, which I actually did not hit, but I still got a good trade, and I will show you in a bit. So if you see, why was it a home run trade? What was the setup? Gap down short on a news catalyst, daily breaking lows. If I look at my 4 pillars, what are my 2 pillars of trading? My setup and my system. Setup tells me what I should trade. System tells me how I should trade. So my system was short the pops into the EMA cloud, add more if the PM lows break, right? So I did not hit this pop. I could have, but then it was breaking down. Then I hit it and I held it, and it could not reclaim this 336 support, became the resistance. Then we faded it all the way down. We'll see. And this was the mega winner. As you see, once it started to fail, my comments were big rejection, no position yet, needs the PM low break for either side, because I was also looking, if it holds this level, it could bounce over EMA cloud. So I was trying to see, the other reason was it had a big range, right? So I wanted to be cautious to have a good entry, not to get squeezed, because it could have squeezed me to like a great level, right? So that's fine if I missed a good entry, even though you see the system gave me entry right here. When I saw the wick, I should have entered. Other thing was there was no clear level here for me to risk, because there was only 350. So that's why I did not hit it. But anyways, the point is we were ready when it failed. So after 10 minutes right here, I said it's a short now. It's a short now. Options were spready, so we did shares, but even the spready option went from $3 to $15. You were invested 500, that went to like 2000, right? So that's how this kind of trade was. Even one option was good there. So it was lower, could have got the better entry, but pre-market support was the key. Best entry was that. You see the price alerts. The reason I have price alerts, because it tells me where the stock is moving when it is touching key levels, and that's it. It held up a bit, but we did not panic. I still had, you see this price alert, it never went off, so it told me hold because my system says hold 512 EMA clouds all day. And that's what happened. I gave the target 325, right? Covering on the way, 10 points on the short, 322, cover some, 220 on the deck, 325 puts went 200, and that's when it became home run, right? 1000 shares, take 300 off, take 200 off, take 100 off, keep tiny. Then I was all out, but I knew it can definitely go more. I was out around 316, I think, and that's what it did. It hit 309, 17 point short, 29 point short from here. So these are the trades that grow your account. Beautiful setup. Look at this daily, repeatable, guys. If you do this, I promise you, if you stick with your repeatable setups, no gut feeling trades, forget that you want to make money first. Master the execution. Excuse me. So first, master the execution. Make 30 trades with only one contract, 100 shares. Master the setups first. Don't try to make money if you are like trying to trade and trying to learn and trying to better and you're struggling. The problem is you're still trying to make money at the same time where you're trying to master your execution. Only one thing can happen. Either you can try to make money, which you will not if you do not master your repeatable setups, or you can get confidence on your setups and on your executions by playing small. Do 20 trades where your focus is to just win that trade. Does not matter if you make $10 or $5. You just want to make sure out of those 20 you win 12, 13 trades, that you can do it, you can execute your setup. So before I go, that's what I'm gonna show you guys, which I posted this morning on my Twitter. Leave with this with you for the weekend. You can print it out. Improve execution first before sizing up. Just as you go to the gym, you warm up to prevent any injury before the weight training. So refine your execution skills before increasing your size. Otherwise, you say nothing is working for me, market is against me. For example, today, Doku, right? So for example, Doku, so there was a new trader who got stopped out on Doku, and Doku went for like $3 run after that because he sized big right at open. He did not give room, he panicked, he did not respect the system, and then he lost. Let's say he added 1,000 shares and he panicked and he cut because it was trying to go, it was just the first candle. And even if you look at the other, let's say you want to look at 1 minute candle, right? If you are you see that the second candle was lower low, lower high. I mean lower high, then it was lower low. So if you sized 5,000 shares or 1,000 shares and you panicked, you missed on the profit. But imagine you only added 300 shares. You did not panic because your size is small. You were mastering the execution, and on those 300 shares risk, right, you made $700-800 on the fade just because you size differently. That's the difference. Now the first person might say nothing works for him, no system works for him, but you have to master the execution first. Either master the execution after 20-30 trades, when you see you can execute a repeatable system which the system works, then move to the sizing, right? So the correct approach is to begin by honing your execution skills with small size trades. Disregard the monetary gains until you can consistently execute them effectively. If you achieve success in executing these trades, approximately 60% of the time you win, and you allow your profitable positions to run, then you can gradually progress to increase your position size while you also have mastered your execution. If you try to make money and master the execution simultaneously, then it's not going to work. All right, guys. So take these teachings home this weekend. Great Friday. See you guys. I got some new people who joined my community. Really good to hearing the feedback from them. Love to have all you guys there. All the links are in the description. Come for education, come for ideas. Don't come for blind alerts or overnight riches. I don't promise that, but I promise if you follow my teachings, you will not lose money. You will be able to preserve it. You will be more disciplined. That I can promise with my teachings. Nobody, I know a lot of people will promise you, oh, this is the magic indicator, we'll make you millions, we'll make you this, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not how it works. The conviction, the confidence is in you, only you. I can help you find that conviction inside you so that you succeed, and then you will be reason for your success, nobody else. So all right, guys, keep learning, keep grinding. If you are new, keep educating yourself. Spend some time with family this weekend, and then spend some time with charts. All right, hopefully I'll try to put some more videos on if I get time on the weekend. I have a lot of videos planned, but very less time. And see you all guys later. Bye bye.